Welcome inside Tonganoxie High School. Fulton caster alongside Taryn Tempel for our final game of the high school showcase between Tonganoxie and DeSoto. We just wrapped up a fantastic matchup between Silver Lake and Eudora. Silver Lake looked outmatched early. They ended up coming back, getting the W in overtime. And now we look forward to this hopefully great matchup to round out our high school showcase between the host school, Tonganoxie, and DeSoto. Both of these clubs coming in with interesting records. Tonganoxie is 2-4. DeSoto is 6-2. Unfortunately, both their losses being in district play. But Taryn, coming into this game, DeSoto has a very high-powered offense, averaging 48 points per game. Just right off the bat, what are you looking forward to seeing in this DeSoto offense tonight?
Well, DeSoto's put together a pretty good resume so far. Only 2 losses, unfortunately for them, both in district play, but they have held teams to 28.5 points per game. So not only doing well on offense, but holding teams to a low scoring there on defense. So for them, it's going to be a matter of holding teams down and letting their offense do what it does.
I would agree with you there. And then again, when we're looking more at DeSoto, they only allow 29 points per game. But real quick, with Tonganoxie, they allow 45 points per game. Not a lot of solid defense for them. If they are to kind of come in here and pull off the upset tonight, what do you think should be their main defensive focus trying to stop DeSoto?
Well, they're definitely going to look to their 2 captains, Micah Wingirter and Taylor Lee. They've got the experience, and they're going to try to use that experience and this home court advantage to push them over. They watched the boys last night stick with an undefeated Wamego team, and they're going to hope to do that again tonight.
Hopefully we do see it from Tonganoxie. When you look at their offensive, they scored 37 points per game. More importantly, they lost to Piper earlier this season, 60-18. Then they lost to Eudora in a tight one, 46-40. Some close losses. But now looking for more of the offensive side with Tonganoxie, what do you think they can do offensively to try and keep themselves in? Is there any specific thing you're going to look for them on the offensive side of the basketball?
Absolutely. At this level, and for a team that's kind of struggling right now, they're 2-4, they're going to need to look to get to the basket. That's really important, especially in high school basketball. You need to look to get to the basket, make drives, and especially hit free throws. You're going to see a lot of girls flying around trying to get to the basket, and there's a lot of bumping. And so if you hit those free throws, that's what's going to put you over the top.
We kind of saw that in Silver Lake in the last matchup. The Eagles were able to get back in the game purely because they were driving and attacking and getting to the free throw line. Another thing to think about, again, we call this the great equalizer in all of basketball, is that three-point shot. If you can make it from out there, it can really get you back in the game. Another thing we saw with the Silver Lake Eagles earlier in the early game was they were able to also shoot it well from outside. But then you look at DeSoto, only allowing 28.5 points per game. They beat Washington earlier this year 61-7. They beat Excelsior Springs 51-8. That is a total of 112 and 15 in a 2-game span. They haven't allowed 40 points yet to any team they have played in 8 games. As far as the defensive philosophy goes, do you think it should be more of the same for DeSoto, or should they try and maybe switch it up to throw off these Tonganoxie Chieftains?
I think they should stick with what works, and what they've been doing has been what's working. So obviously taking it to Tonganoxie the way they've been doing. Another important aspect of this game is going to be transition. It's super important to be able to, if you have a faster team, to be able to get out in the open court and make some of those easy baskets.
And as they're now to the starting lineups here, Anna Suter will be one of the starting guards for Tonganoxie. When you talk about their captains in Micah Wingirter and Taylor Lee, some smaller players there at 5'9" and 5'7" respectively. What do you think those 2 girls specifically can do to try and impact and possibly help Tonganoxie achieve the W?
Yeah, and I even think that might be a little bit generous on the height. Neither of these teams are looking like they're given a whole lot of height on either side of the court. So obviously you're going to look for kind of those firecracker players. You're going to look for players that will drive into the basket and not be afraid to get in there and get dirty and get on the boards. Also, we didn't talk a lot about rebounds yet, but that's obviously a huge part of every game. What team is going to want it more and going to get in there and get the good rebounds?
You discussed that with rebounds, and we discussed it defensively. You know, sometimes teams will switch between these zones and these man defenses. We do see a lot of zone with women's high school and even women's college basketball. With how high-powered of a DeSoto offense it is, do you think possibly a zone defense could behoove Tonganoxie today?
I think that you see a lot of zones in women's basketball, especially at this level, because you don't have a lot of pure shooters. So if you have a team that's getting hot, then that's when you're going to need to switch over to the man-to-man. But you might see them check out the zone look first until they see them hitting the big shots.
All right, as our starting lineups are finishing here, each team's going through. We'll get those lineups to you in just a moment. Final predictions, Taryn. Who do you think right off the bat, who do you think is going to walk away with the W in this game?
I think DeSoto's going to come out with the W, but I think Tonganoxie's going to stick with them just like the Tonganoxie boys stuck with Wamego last night.
I agree as well. We're going to take a small break here as we're playing of our national anthem. We'll listen in. Another lovely rendition of our national anthem by the Tonganoxie band here today as we're getting ready to kick it off here. Time to set your starting lineups for this matchup for DeSoto. Mariah Grizzle, Tamith Beal, Sydney Jones, Madison Blake, and Jackie Kennard. Hopefully Kennard can shoot like a young man named Kennard over at Duke by the name of Cool Hand Luke. Oh, for Tonganoxie, number 11, Anna Seward. Number 13, Maya Bond. Number 15, Corinne Cersei. Number 21, Kemi Tim. And number 24, Taylor Lee will be the starters for the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Are you excited for another round of women's basketball, Taryn?
Absolutely. Looking out on the court right now, Fulton, you definitely see that DeSoto has a little bit of a height advantage all around in every position. So that's going to be something that Tonganoxie is going to have to deal with. Big
Red Country is the pep club here over at Tonganoxie High School, and they are certainly trying to get in here along with their band, hopefully to will their young lady Chieftains on to a victory. Here's we have the opening tip. Referee getting set. It is up, and the tip is won by DeSoto. The height advantage showing off early. Quick possession, short pass, and just a missed layup, but a good offensive rebound. Three-point shot is up and good.
DeSoto wasting no time here, Fulton. They put up a layup, missed it, got the offensive rebound already in prime.
It looks a little bit of a pressure defense here by DeSoto to start off this game, but yeah, you talk about how fast that offense just within a blink of an eye, within not even 30 seconds here, was able to score. If that keeps happening, it's going to be a long night for Tonganoxie. Crossing inside over the top of the key, trying to kick it into the wing, and it looks like we have a foul on the floor. Look at see who the foul will be called on. Looks like she stepped.
Look for the refs to definitely call it tight tonight. They've called it tight the last two games, and I expect nothing different.
Foul on number 10, Tanny Beal. Tonganoxie is going to try and do their best to get into this game, and hopefully, but they need to be able to hopefully get some good, quick offensive possessions.
See Tonganoxie running a lot of just pass and screen who you're passing to, trying to keep the ball moving around and keep bodies moving around to make sure that they're confusing DeSoto.
And nearly a turnover there. Looks like we have a tie-up. We'll see what the possession arrow points to. It will stay with the Chieftains. And, you know, sometimes a team, when they're an underdog, they try to draw out their possessions. Do you think that's actually a proper strategy for someone like Tonganoxie to use in this matchup?
I think it's important for them to kind of get warmed up a little bit, get their feet wet, and so I think that's what they're doing right now. They're passing the ball around, looking for open shots, whereas DeSoto kind of went right at them.
Yeah, it looks like DeSoto went for a more high-powered offensive look, where it does look like Tonganoxie is doing their best to kind of have a more patient offensive look, if you will, as they're now trying to score. We're up to, we are under 7 minutes here, about 6:50 to play here in the first quarter. Wide, errant shot, rebounded, finally brought down by DeSoto, and once again, they are looking to run, Taryn.
That's the looks that Tonganoxie's looking for, but not quite on the mark there.
Got to be able to convert when you have those high percentage shots down low. A nice entry pass, spin move, shot missed. Another rebound by DeSoto. They are having an excellent success on the glass here early.
That's offensive rebounds on the last two possessions. So, and another, this one's looking to get back on the board on another offensive rebound for DeSoto. So that's going to be a problem for Tonganoxie if they're not going to get on the boards.
A silly foul there by Tonganoxie. Foul on number 10 on let's see what the foul is on here. Appears to be on Maya Bond. 6:25 to go. Here's the first free throw is rattled in and good by DeSoto, number 11, Sydney Jones, with her first bucket on the pair of free throws. And right now, the senior is just doing a nice job as she makes a pair. Quick 5-0 lead. Do you think Tonganoxie needs to score quick here, Taryn, to kind of keep up the confidence, or do you think they just need to take it slow and kind of roll with what they can do?
I think they need to look for another shot inside the paint again. Right now, they're playing a little bit frazzled. They've almost turned the ball over the last possession as well. So the pressure is really getting to them right now, and they need to settle in.
The ball get another denied entry pass.
Away.
Yeah, exactly. Almost a near turnover once again, as they're just some sloppy ball and a deep three-pointer. It's good.
I said they need to get in the paint, but when you got an open shot, you can't not take it.
You got to make the shot as Mia Bond makes the deep three-pointer. And again, we talk about that being kind of an equalized area. So there's a deep inside shot made by Mariah Grizzle, as Grizzle gets down low and makes the tough bucket. Another turnover. This press defense starting to get to Tonganoxie. Missed three-pointer rebounded by Tonganoxie, 7-3 with 5.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Now the Chieftains are looking to run. Moving inside, short right-handed jump shot. Foul is going to be on number 40, Jackie Kennard, as it will send the Tonganoxie player number 24, Taylor Lee, to the free throw line for her first pair of free throws of the day. Pardon, that is number 33, Madison Plake, on the foul.
You can already see the size becoming a problem for Tonganoxie. Mariah Grizzle already kind of dominating down low for DeSoto.
Second free throw is up and good. Well done in the play there by Taylor Lee as she splits the pair of free throws. Once again, this DeSoto offense just is very fluid as you watch it here on the court. Stop driving inside, kicking in for another inside back, and the interior defense as the bucket is made again by Mariah Grizzle. Just good interior presence there by DeSoto. You think the size is really having an effect right now?
Just talked about Mariah Grizzle, and she goes up for another basket. She's going to have a field day if Tonganoxie doesn't find a way to hold her.
We are under 5 to play. 9-4 is the score, as we're kind of having a light scoring first half. Ball on the wing. You discuss Mariah Grizzle on her side. She is 6 feet tall. That is a good size for any sport of player. It looks like, right as I talk about her, it looks like she is now going to be committing the foul on the Tonganoxie players. It will now be Chieftain basketball. Looks like they're going to call kind of a tripping foul, is that just indicative of a tough press defense that sometimes you're going to be committing those silly fouls? You think that's just something that the coach is going to have to live with?
I think sometimes that's going to happen when you're going to have some good hustle plays. Some of those are going to happen, but you got to try to keep those to a minimum, obviously, so you can keep your best players on the floor. We're
going to have a full timeout there by the Tonganoxie Chieftains. 4:41 to go, 9-4. Head coach Ryan Roby is doing a good job leading the Suicide, but head coach Matt Frost in the huddle trying to communicate with his girls. What have you seen early on here from DeSoto that has allowed them to kind of have this kind of fluid opening lead, Taryn?
Well, DeSoto's really just taking what's offered to them. They're not doing anything really too fancy. They're pushing the ball up the court, getting up the court fast, and looking for shots in the paint, and that's really what you need to do to be successful.
And real quick, Kevin Gray has something for us on the sideline. Kevin, what do you got?
Thank you, Fulton. Well, all 9 points for DeSoto have come from the paint, and the coach, during their timeout right now, is drawing up a play to continue to get inside. You're right, Taryn. That size advantage has really been taking its toll on the Tonganoxie Lady Chieftains. Back to you, guys.
Thank you, Kevin. We discussed the size advantage. It's something I just noticed. At 6 feet tall, Mariah Grizzle is bigger than any single player on the Tonganoxie Chieftains squad. Their tallest player being Micah Wingert at 5'11". So definitely that size advantage is something to watch the rest of this game. 4.5 minutes to go. 9-4 is the lead, as you can see, is in right now. Tonganoxie just doing whatever they can to try and get going. What do you think they need to do, Taryn, to kind of get this offense rolling?
Well, I think, first of all, they need to try to look at what they're doing with the ball. They're kind of getting the ball and automatically putting the ball to the ground. You need to stop, take a second, and look at what's offered to you before you start dribbling right away.
And right there, a double dribble foul, not something you often see in these kinds of games, as number 1, Anna Seward, possibly double dribble the basketball there. Is Tonganoxie just doing whatever they can to try and stay in this, but right now DeSoto is just doing whatever they want, as another made jump shot is good. by number 30, Mackenzie Shoup, who has checked into the basketball game.
Tonganoxie tried to take away Grizzle there down low, but they double teamed down and left her number 30 wide open, Mackenzie Shoup.
When you come to leading, when you want to double team a player in the post, the huge problem is you're going to leave someone on the backside. So then at that point, the key is rotation at this. Now it looks like we got a blocking foul on the floor. It looks like it'll possibly be called on number 24, Taylor. Let's see, white 30, so that should be on Mackenzie Shoup. Kevin Gray, real quick, what do you got for us?
Down low, there's been a lot of contact, a couple potential offensive calls against Tonganoxie. There was a screen that was really close to a moving screen, and then on that play, it could have been called a charge. So watch out for Tonganoxie to stay in control down low.
Thank you, Kevin. Number 21, Cami Tin checks out, and number 20, Grace Wogeman checks in as the second free throw is up and good. She has now gone 2 for 4 at the line, has Taylor Lee in this ball game.
Well, that's what Tonganoxie needs to do to be successful. They need to take the ball to the basket and get some fouls and get some easy baskets.
Again, free throws, they're easy points with time not even coming off the clock. So that's definitely something I think Tonganoxie needs to do moving forward. Turning it down low, and again, push off foul down low. It's grit there. DeSoto appears to be just constantly trying to get the ball down low to Mariah Grizzle right now.
They're really trying to feed Grizzle, and Tonganoxie doing whatever they can to keep the ball out of her hands, which ultimately results in a foul.
Fouls on number 15, Corinne Cersei, is checking out. Number 10, Tanith Beal is checking out, and number 11, Sydney Jones is checking into the ball game.
Tonganoxie has a little bit of a smaller lineup right now, and that's going to become a problem with them.
Blocked shot there as Grizzle tried to push the jumper. She couldn't get it. Moving fast on the floor. Looks like the foul will be called on number 2, Mara Montgomery, who has checked into the ball game. Nice job to get a piece of that shot over the much taller Grizzle there. That was some nice heady defense by Tonganoxie.
Not a very good shot for Mariah Grizzle there. She's much taller than anyone on Tonganoxie on the court right now, so she needs to get that one up above the defenders.
Ball moving out the floor as we're now under right now about 3:17 to go here. Tonganoxie doing whatever they can to try working inside, but this DeSoto defense, I can definitely see why they have not allowed more than 40 points per game. They move as if they're in a string as the travel is called.
Not too terrible of a possession, but for the travel for Tonganoxie there. They're moving around, keeping moving, and that's really important not to be stagnant. That would have been a good look had she not traveled. She would have gotten all the way to the basket.
Ball movement isn't, I think, personally, an underrated part of any aspect when you're trying to win a game, is how crisp are your passes around the perimeter. And just looking at it, DeSoto, they're kind of going one-trick pony with Grizzle, but even them, they have some nice movement around the perimeter. But Tonganoxie, their defense is stiffening up right now as we got a foul on the floor committed as number 11, Sydney Jones, was trying to drive to the basket.
Nice drive by Sydney Jones, kind of taking it by herself instead of looking in for Mariah Grizzle on that one. So that's another good offensive move.
Foul will be on. We'll get you that foul update here in a moment as we keep going. But look at that move around there. It was on Anna Seward who got the foul. Shot up and missed. Missed 3-point jump shot by Mackenzie Shoup.
Mackenzie Shoup is definitely not shy. I think we're going to see her take a lot of outside shots tonight.
Another quick possession up the floor. Tonganoxie now trying to kind of push it. Nice back cut. Layup up. Oh, and just missed it with the offensive board, but there'll be a foul. Missed shot by Taylor Lee down low.
Tonganoxie's got to have that one. Taylor Lee, great backdoor cut. That's the kind of plays they need to be making. They're kind of settling in a little bit. You can see their offense making the moves they need to, but not quite executing towards making points.
Foul will be on number 4, Mariah Grizzle. But yeah, you talk about that was a beautiful back cut by Lee. She just wasn't able to finish the third. The first free throw is up and good by Corinne Cersei as we're getting a nice wave of substitutions coming in for DeSoto. Ellie Brienne is checking into this game as well as Tanith Beal. It also appears that Jackie Kennard is checking back into the ball game. 11-6 with 2:28 to go. Free throws are important. Then, you know, as the shot is banked in, I guess the bank is open once again tonight. But then you kind of look at how, you know, we saw Taylor Lee miss that shot. It was good movement, but if you're Tonganoxie, you cannot miss wide open shots like that tonight.
Absolutely, and Tonganoxie needs to take advantage of the fact that Mariah Grizzle is out of the lineup right now.
Foul is possibly on number 13, Mia Bond. We'll double check that in a moment. Yes, this is on Mia Bond. Her second of the first quarter. That's not good, having 2 quick fouls on her. Going to the free throw line will be number 30, Mackenzie Shoup, who just did a good job making a nice spin move to the basket. The first shot is up and rattles in with the friendly roll. And we talked about it. Shoop is not afraid to attack the offensive end here tonight.
I think between Shoop and Grizzle, those are going to be DeSoto's toughest players to defend tonight. Tonganoxie needs to be a little bit smarter and not get in foul trouble too early, though.
Looks like number 21, Cammie Tim, just checked back into the ballgame. Number 13, Mia Bond, decided to take a seat after picking up her second foul in the afternoon. And then this press defense by DeSoto is just starting to, but as it gets broken up the floor, right-hand layup is no good. Missed shot right there by Anna Suter, but now it's outside three-pointer, airballed. Out of bounds, it will go to DeSoto. What was your opinion on that last offensive position by Tonganoxie?
Tongie's biggest problem right now is layups. They're not making layups, and they're not going in strong enough to get the foul either. And they can't wait for the refs to bail them out. They need to go in strong and make those layups. That's going to be the difference maker in this game for them. They're staying in right now, but they're lucky the score is as close as it is.
And 13-7 right now with as we hit the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. That's be kind of a small win for Tonganoxie. Not mainly that they've scored 7 points, but that they have been able to hold DeSoto to 13 here. As deflection nearly gets stolen. This is some solid Tonganoxie defense we are seeing here right now, Taryn.
Absolutely. Tongie is picking up their defensive game a little bit. They're putting pressure on, and they also have the help defense to combat the problems down low.
Oh, Anna Stewart is just being all over Tamith Beal right now. She is just making Beal's life terrible. It looks like we got a foul, and looks like number 33, Madison Blake, went down hard, and she is still down. That is an unfortunate thing to see. You hope she's okay, as it looks like they'll take a small breather on the court to make sure that Madison plays okay. The foul will be on Gracie Wogelman, who obviously did not intentionally try and hurt her there. Looks like kind of a foul. Unless she almost slipped on Westford or something that may have banged up her knee. What'd you see on that quick moving possession there by DeSoto, Taryn?
It was a little bit of an accident, but they're obviously going to call that one. And Tonganoxie, again, getting a lot of fouls early. They're going to find themselves in a lot of trouble if they don't stop fouling. There's
fouls on both teams here. We're up to 11 total team fouls here in the first period. 6 on DeSoto compared to 5 on Tonganoxie. 13-7 with a minute 25 to go here as we're going through another timeout. Looks like Madison Blake is sitting up. Kevin Gray has something for us. Kevin, what do you have, my friend?
Bench has a lot of concern on their face. You see their teammate getting up. There's pain on her face. Her bench and teammates really hope she's okay. There's a lot of concern on their faces.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, the DeSoto bench is really, they want to make sure their girls okay. She will be being taken back to the locker, and we'll see who checks in here to kind of replace her. We'll reset the floor for you in just a moment. Looks like they're going to be able to do some work and hopefully get some girls going. LSU's going to be at the free throw line to take. No, this is going to be a straight inbounds play after that foul, but man, that was a rough play. Hopefully, I don't know if Blake can return to the matchup, but hopefully she is at least okay going on down the road as DeSoto inbounds the ball, looking for a quick three, fakes a shot, comes out again, almost a sloppy pass. Soto working down low once again, but nice help defense by Tonganoxie. Great defense being played here. Foul on the floor. Foul possibly on number 21, Cammie Tim. We'll get to that in a moment, but this is some really, really impressive defense. Number 20 on Grace Wogelman, her second foul, pardon me. That's just some impressive defense being played right now by Tonganoxie.
I wouldn't even really say impressive considering they've come up with fouls the last two. They don't have as deep of a bench as DeSoto does, so they really need to clean it up.
That is true. As we get
Speaking of cleaning it up, another foul.
Foul over the top. I personally thought I saw all ball, but again, this is why I'm not the guy wearing the striped shirts.
Look, if Tonganoxie's gonna get some fouls, that's where they want them, is when they're going up to shoot the ball. They've been getting a lot of really not fouls away from the basket, so those are not ones they want. This one, I'm sure they're not as upset about because it is under the basket and it kept them from making the basket.
Jackie Kennard makes the first of her two as that foul was on Corinne Searcy, her second, so she will check on. Yeah, up to 7 now team fouls for Tonganoxie. They need to watch their foul troubles. Number 32, Keegan Newberry, is checked into the matchup for Tonganoxie to try.
And these are her first minutes of the game, so that shows you that they're already pretty concerned with foul.
They've already gone down. They've looked like here that they've gone almost 7 to 8 deep here just to start off the game as the ball's on the wing. We're under a minute to play, 45 seconds to go. 15-7 is the lead for DeSoto. Interception, nice steal, like playing free safety. Wide open, right-hand layup is good. That was way too easy by Mackenzie Shoup for that easy bucket.
Tonganoxie needs to take advantage of the fact that DeSoto is not really playing help defense. They're sticking to their men like glue, and they're not in help, so they can get some backdoors on them.
They really could if they're playing tight defense, and then Shoup is all over Suter right now, and now it'll be a nice check foul. That's the problem when you're trying to get aggressive with those steals. You'll commit those fouls, and at this point, I would almost call that a silly foul. You're playing tight, but you're up 17-7. There's 15 seconds to go in the quarter. I personally don't really see a lot of need for trying to poke it away or try and get a quick steal right there.
I'm not too mad about that one on Mackenzie Shoup. If she gets another one, I'll kind of be that one's a little bit of a mistake, but she is playing good pressure defense. She almost got a steal, so I'm not going to take too much away from her on that one.
First into the 1-on-1 is good by Anna Seward as number 13, Maya Bond is checking in. So we talk about Mackenzie Shoup picking up the foul. That's her second. She is now going to be checking out of the ball game here. And right now, both these teams kind of going to their benches here early, but definitely Tonganoxie. I don't know if it's by choice or by force, but it might be that same way as the second one is up and no good. Nearly got the friendly low, did Suter.
That's a big loss for DeSoto not having Shoup out on the floor, and they also don't have Grizzle out there right now. So
9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Short shot up. Oh, basket is weighed off. Travel on the floor. 4.4. Tonganoxie will have to shoot the ball up. Down 17-8 right now to DeSoto. They are trying to hang tough in this matchup. Only down 9.
DeSoto let Big Red Country get to them there. They were making the countdown a little earlier than it was, and they shot the ball a little early.
Suter driving the lane, misses the shot. I don't think it would have counted if she had gotten up. 17-8 is our score at the end of the first quarter. What'd you see first off from DeSoto in that first quarter, Taryn?
DeSoto was taking smart shots. They're getting the ball in the paint, and when they collapse on them, they're kicking it out. So they're playing smart basketball right now. Tonganoxie really would be sticking with them if they were taking better shots. Their problem right now is all about shot selection. They're moving around well. They're not stagnant, which is really important in this game, but they're not making the easy shots. That's going to be the story of this game over and over again is make the easy buckets.
Yeah, it's like we saw. The biggest thing I can see for Clarion is Taylor Lee is wide open, missed the layup there on her simple back hit. But real quick, Kevin Gray's got something for us. What do you have, Kevin?
With something, they are calling a lot of plays, and they're just not executing to what they want them to do. But on the Tonganoxie side, there's a lot of hustle, and the coaches really like the way they're hustling.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm sorry you have 17 points. You're up 9. I really don't know what you have to be angry about. But apparently, head coach Ryan Roby, definitely there must be something his team is not doing that is getting him fired up. Though, as much as I think it's kind of insane trying to complain, you're up 17-8. You have 17 points in the first quarter. It means he's coaching hard and really wanting to will his girls not to take it easy.
Tonganoxie's going to need Captain Taylor Lee to step up right now.
DeSoto working inside, trying to get a tough possession. Good Baldwin once again down there on the wing, driving in, right-hand layup. Bucket in the foul. Going to the line for an and-one opportunity. Number 11, Sydney Jones, making her first bucket of the contest. Now it's a 19-8 lead as it looks like number 25, Lauren Gray. We get ready to check in as that was the third foul now on number 15, Corinne Searcy.
Again, DeSoto just doing a better job of making baskets under pressure. And that's 3 fouls for her, and so that's not good. You got 7:48 left in the second quarter, and you're sitting on the bench probably until the end.
Most likely, she's probably not going to see any more time here in the first half. 20-8 is lead, 7:45 to go. Nice, again, fast-paced offense by Tonganoxie, kicking around the corner, but man, this defense is really tough right now by DeSoto. They're just sticking to him. It's nice bucket made by Lauren Gray, who just checked into the contest.
Great job by Lauren Gray, stealing off her defender. She was calling for the ball, gave herself a window to the basket.
Moving around the corner out to the wing, has a chance to shoot the shot. She's not going to. Now some pure man-to-man defense being played. Shot is up, no good. Offensive board. Rebound.
Almost another offensive board by DeSoto there. Good job by Tonganoxie from keeping another defensive board.
Deep three-pointer, airballed, missed, but a nice offensive board. Kicks it back out, moving around the corner, going inside. Back into the wing there. They're trying to do something up. Looks like they're going to call a travel on number 24, Taylor Lee, who is, as much as a good thing she's done in this game, she has made some crucial mistakes for this club.
Really, neither team getting too fired up right now. That's what it's kind of missing from this game. Neither team is has a leader that's stepping up and getting their team focused and getting them fired up. Every team needs that firecracker player, and neither DeSoto or Tonganoxie really has that right now.
I would agree with you. You're not seeing a lot of high intensity. There's a little bit of defensive miscommunication, but luckily number 2, Mara Montgomery, couldn't handle the pass. Still this Pure Man, they're playing tight. This Tonganoxie Chieftain squad is doing everything they can to just keep the ball from being penetrated inside. Ball to the perimeter, working inside. Number 22, Linnea Searles. Now it's back out to number 11, Sydney Jones, as she's trying to reset her squad.
Tonganoxie's defense impressive right now. They had to force them to come all the way back to half court again.
6:18 to play, 20-10 is the lead. Another foul on the floor. The 9th team foul of this half. Why do you think we're seeing so many fouls from Tonganoxie, Taryn?
Right after I say that they're looking more impressive on the defensive end, they commit another foul 20 feet from the basket.
And the third foul on Mia Bond. They already have multiple players with 3 fouls already. How deep do you think this Tonganoxie team can go?
I don't think they're. I don't think they have the bench to be able to pull this off. They're making mental errors right now. This is all mental. They're putting the right pressure. They're doing the right things, but they're not being patient enough to let their defense bring them the benefits.
Linnea Soto's busy both of her free throws. Real quick, we'll go to Kevin Greer on the sidelines. Kevin.
DeSoto's injured player, number 33, Madison Paik, walked back to the bench on her own power with one of the coaches. The bench got up, shook her hands, and she sat down, but then she just walked back to outside of the arena. So I'm not entirely sure what her status for the rest of the game is, but there is good sign that she's walking on her own.
And one parting the Red Sea was Mackenzie Schuba. She'll have an opportunity to extend her scoring. That is already her 3rd bucket, and she is up to 8 points in this contest. And we talk about Madison Paik getting hurt there. She's already in the arena. She's most likely not going to return to this contest. And that's going to be now someone else for DeSoto will need to step up in this game as the shot is up and good. Nothing but the twine, and Schupa just building upon her excellent first half.
Mackenzie Schupa, the most impressive player on the court right now. She's already hit a couple jump shots and finishing at the rim and making her free throws. All around the best player on the court right now.
And she will get to go to the line for 2 more. Another heady play to get the steal and go for it again. That is now, should be 11 team fouls. Oh, looks like it'll just be 10, but it's the 4th one on Mia Bond. She is so close to already being out of this game, and it's the first half, Taryn. Is this just because DeSoto, as the first shot is up and good? Is this just because DeSoto is that good offensively, or is this undisciplined defense by Tonganoxie?
Absolutely not all DeSoto. It's undisciplined. Mia Bond needs to get out of the game right now. She's got 4 fouls, and they've got a lot of game left to play. This is just an example of mental errors. Again, there's high school girls basketball. You're not going to see a ton of people making baskets with tough contestants. So you don't need to do a whole lot. You just need to stand there and distract to be a wall. You don't need to do more than that, and you'll get some missed baskets.
Up 25, 10 with 5:44 to go. My guys goes to my guys on the sideline. What do we got?
Madison Paik, who injured her knee injured her leg in the first quarter. I saw her warming up in the back, running back and forth, trying to warm up. She's currently back on the bench with the DeSoto Wildcats. We'll see if she can get back into the game.
Thank you. That was Nick Springer on the sidelines for us. Thank you, Nick. So now it looks like Madison Paik will be back in this game. But at this point, kind of question how much she's going to be able to bring if she's only got 1 wheel to go off of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a little bit adrenaline's really going to play a part. So that's probably going to be what I'm sure she'll be hurting after the game. But for now, the adrenaline will keep her going.
Right now, Schupa is 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Add that to 6 points from the floor. That's 11 first half points for her. She has nearly half the points for this DeSoto team. What do you think Schupa is doing that's making her so effective on the offensive end?
She's really just taking what's there for her. She's not doing anything too special, but she's getting to the basket and she's shooting the shots whenever they're there, and she's making her free throws. It makes it really hard for teams to defend when you can drive to the basket and you can also take the outside shot.
And there's a travel called on Anna Sudert. And now just Tonganoxie cannot get a single thing to go for them. They're trying to run this press defense here. Schupa again carving through the lane. Layup short, but offensive rebound by Grizzle. Kicks it back out for the 3. Bottom, splash down Three-pointer for Tanith Beal, her second three-point bucket of the game.
Already Mariah Grizzle just got back in the game, already making a difference with an offensive rebound. So,
Looks like they're going to call a foul on the floor. Almost going to call a travel. It was a nice tight thing.
Is that 3 on Mackenzie Shoop?
Let's take a look here. We'll see what the official thing is. That is 3 on Mackenzie Shoop. Great eye, Taryn, to keep an eye on that one. A little bit of tough defense and just being alerted. Madison Blake is back into the ball game. We'll see what she can do. Got to be tough that she looked like she went down and back in this game. You cannot question the heart of that young lady.
Look, Tonganoxie needs to take advantage of having Shoop out of this game right now. She's got 3, so she's probably going to be sitting until half because they're going to need her. So Tonganoxie needs to take advantage of that.
Down 28-11 with 5:09 to play as the first free throw is made there by number 20, Grace Wogan, as she'll be now going for her second shot. You got to think about it. You're down as she makes the pair. You're down by, 16. You're not going to get it all back. What do you think as DeSoto's working offensively here? What do you think DeSoto needs to do to not become complacent offensively?
I think that they need to make sure that they're moving around and they're not forcing anything up. When you're ahead by 16, there's no shot clock in high school basketball, so take your time. Look for the shots you want. Don't be forcing things when you're ahead in a game, which is the mistake that Eudora made in the last game late in the game.
No, foul was on number 21, Cammie Tim, as there's just another team foul there to have to deal with for Tonganoxie. Free throw, first one is up and going. Number 2, Mara Montgomery. She splits the pair for her first action of the game.
She misses that one, but so far DeSoto showing good fundamentals and shooting pretty well from the free throw line.
This press defense by DeSoto is just a thing of beauty to watch as they're going up the court. It's really speeding up Tonganoxie right now.
And although it hasn't completely stopped them, it has definitely frazzled them, and it's taking over into their half-court game.
Nice move by Wogeman to get inside. She just couldn't finish as the rebound is pulled down by number 21, Hannah Wilson, who's checked into the ball game. And now Blake out on the wing. Let's see how good her movement is after banging up her leg down low. Grizzle inside. Missed shot. Could have called a foul. Grizzle wanted it but isn't going to get it.
Grizzle not too bad of an offensive possession there. She got the ball, kicked it back out, and repositioned herself. Just needs to put that one in the hoop.
Foul on the floor. It looks like it'll be called on possibly number 40, Jackie Kennard. We'll get the official word in a moment. But 4:13 left to play. A 17-point lead for DeSoto. We brought into this game talking about how DeSoto hasn't allowed 40 points from any team they faced so far this season. First glance, Tonganoxie is almost to 20 here. Do you think, even if they might lose, do you think Tonganoxie can break that streak and get over the 40-point hump here tonight?
I don't think they're going to break the 40-point barrier here tonight, mostly because I think both teams are going to be deterred by the amount of fouls that they're both putting up. It's going to be a long game for both teams if they don't stop fouling. And these refs aren't going to call it any less close than they are. They've set the tone, and the girls need to realize that and play accordingly. Shot
was up and good by Cammie Tim, her first 2 free throw attempts of the ball game. 4:13 left to play here in the first half. We're getting close to halftime with just another excellent game here, even though there's this big lead as the shot is up and good by Tim as she makes the pair. Checking into the ball game will be number 25. It looks like Ellie Beam, will be checking into the game. 29-14 is a 15-point game, but we saw yesterday the DeSoto boys were down early to Fulton. They ended up storming back to take the victory. Do you think DeSoto will be able to – I'm assuming you think DeSoto's probably going to be able to hang on in this one.
Yeah, but Tonganoxie, what they need right now is a player to step up and take over. They don't have anyone that looks – they're all a little bit complacent. Everyone's playing complacent on the Tonganoxie side right now, and they need someone to step up and take some shots.
We talk about how Tonganoxie needs someone to step up. They just slipped into a 2-3 zone on that defensive possession, and we're actually able to force a turnover by DeSoto. Now DeSoto is backing off with their pressure defense. Do you think DeSoto is backing off because of the big lead, or do you think this is more a strategical move by head coach Ryan Robbie?
I think it's a strategical move. He might be trying to give his girls a little bit of a rest. They've already got girls in foul trouble, and so they don't want to wear out all their players.
All right, backup shot missed. It looks like there's going to be a foul on the floor. We'll let you know it's on. I think it's possibly on number 11, Sydney Jones. But we'll see the decision from our referees. Apparently saying knock to the player on the side of the head. I love when we can have A foul is on Sydney doing serve first, but I love it when the referees can give us specifically exactly to the T as the first free throw is up and missed.
That was
by
interesting
Lauren
that he
Gray.
tapped his head like that. But again, Tonganoxie having the same problem, and DeSoto showing it there too. These girls don't need to be swiping at things. They need, especially with the size advantage that DeSoto has, they need to stand there and keep their hands straight up and make Tonganoxie shoot over them instead of bailing them out and fouling them and putting them at the free throw line.
Second free throw up and go by Lauren Gray. Tonganoxie shooting very well from the free throw line tonight. They're having an excellent job as ball's out the corner. Wide open three-pointer. No good. Short rebound. Tonganoxie and Wogeman as now Seward on the floor. Possibly get at a kick ball. They didn't. Back cut inside. Nice running layup. No good. Going to call a foul. Calling a charge.
That was a lot of acting. She's chuckling a little bit because she knows she was acting on that one, but that's the type of play they need right now. And defensively, the possession right before that, they were really sucking it into the paint, and I think that worked out for them because they're going to force DeSoto to make the baskets outside.
Hey, if flopping's good enough for King James, it's good enough for the Tonganoxie Lady Chieftains. 3 minutes, 12 seconds left to play, 29-15 lead for DeSoto as they are now still kind of being, that defense has just been hounding Tonganoxie all game, Taryn.
Yeah, you see number 1, Anna Sotar up top. She's doing a lot of dribbling around there, not really doing much. I talked about this earlier. They need to take a second when they get the ball. Don't put the ball to the floor right away. Look at your options and then decide if you're going to dribble, shoot, or pass.
Mariah Grizzle and Linnea Sorrells are going to be checking into this ball game for DeSoto. 2:50 to play. And you talk about kind of surveying the field. 2:48 to play here as we're getting closer to halftime. Chance for shot in the corner. She did not. Back into this 2-3 zone. It's not looking as effective as it could be. Do you think the lack of length by the Tonganoxie ladies, as they were very miscommunicative on that possession, offensive rebound, do you think the lack of length is going to hurt these Tonganoxie ladies trying to play the 2-3 zone?
I think it's smart of them to kind of mix it up and give them a different look. You saw them try to send 2 people up top, but I think it's good for them because even though they are a little bit undersized, it's going to force DeSoto to not get as easy baskets, and they're going to DeSoto already the last 2 possessions taking 3-pointers, so it's been a little bit effective for Tonganoxie so far.
Travel cold there on number 21, Cami Tin. 2:15 to go. Head coach Matt Frost is just giving the referee an earful on that play as the shot is missed by DeSoto. A couple of good defensive stops here by Tonganoxie.
Well, DeSoto did what they needed to do there. They found the holes in that press, but they need to make those easy buckets.
Another travel, this one on Anna Suter. And things that I noticed on that play that I don't think they realized is when the ball got to Suter, Grace Wogan was wide open at the top of the arc and 3-point line as we have a 30-second timeout charged to DeSoto. Possibly we'll make sure to double check on that. 1:58 to play here in the first half. 29-15 is the lead. And really, Mackenzie Houston having a great game, but overall, the important thing to look at is the just sheer amount of free throws shot by Tonganoxie. What do you think they're doing that's allowing them to get to the line so frequently?
Well, I think that their last couple minutes have been their best couple minutes of the game so far. They've mixed it up defensively, and they're starting to get to the basket offensively, but they need to get up there and sink their free throws. This game would be a lot closer right now if they were making those free throws and making their layups.
10 for 14 is Tonganoxie from the free throw line. Nearly all their points, except for 5, are from the free throw line. Do you think, in your honest opinion, do you think that's a good sign for Tonganoxie or a bad sign?
It's a bad sign because we've talked about this. You're getting to the line, but you need to make baskets. And I don't think a single one of those have been an and one, so it shows you that they're not really doing well shooting with pressure.
Looks like there's going to be, DeSoto will retain possession. 29-15, a minute 52 to go. Shoup has 11 points. And then Tongie, they have 2 players with 3, and Lauren Gray and Mia Bond. Those are their leading scorers. Everyone else with just 2 points. The scoring is quite balanced. Shot is up, blocked by Tonganoxie. Big Red Country getting into it after that block shot. They're doing their best to fire up their chieftains.
DeSoto needs to look for Mariah Grizzle. She's moving around up and down the paint, and that's where they're going to get their baskets right now.
Ball kicked out to the outside perimeter, working inside, and I agree. 3 shot in the corners, up, rims out, no good. Rebound, Grizzle, blocked from behind. She really got the board again. Ball's out of bounds, off the hands of a Tonganoxie player, and it will stay with DeSoto, as Madison Blake will be checking in the ball game for Linnea Searles.
Only problem Tonganoxie is having in this zone right now is that when the ball goes up, since they're not in man, they're not looking for anyone to box out, and another offensive rebound by Mariah Grizzle.
Deep three by number 10, Tanith Beal, and she misses. Looks like there'll be a foul at the floor. Tonganoxie will make the long walk back down the court. When it comes to a 2-3 zone, there are a couple things you know what's going to happen. Offensively, you know you're going to get a chance to shoot your three-pointers. That's what the zone's designed to do. But, man, it also gives you a lot of opportunities for offensive rebounds. And I think DeSoto's size will help them really get the edge on the offensive boards as they've already had today.
If Tonganoxie can get the rebounds, that zone is going to do what they want it to for them because they've been forcing them to take outside shots. And so far, DeSoto hasn't been hitting them.
Taylor Lee making her third free throw of the game. She is a healthy 3 for 5. Checking back to the game for DeSoto will be Mara Montgomery. Going to the bench will be number 25, Ellie Bream.
Taylor Lee hitting the free throws, but they're going to look for her to step up and make some baskets as well, especially when they need their captains to step up and score for them while they're down.
She makes the pair. She has 4 points now as the leading scorer for Tonganoxie. Unfortunately, all 4 points at the free throw line. The only players with shots made from the floor for Tonganoxie are Mia Bond and Lauren Gray as the ball goes out of bounds and it will become Tonganoxie basketball. Only down by 12, a minute 16 left to play here.
Good.
Do you think kind of 10 points is like the area Tonganoxie shooting for to try and be down by just 10 or less going into the half?
I think so. I think this zone is working out for them well right now. You saw Mariah Grizzle get double teamed down low, throw the ball away. Well, and then, is that tipped?
Off a DeSoto player, it will stay with Tonganoxie.
Got a little lucky there, but Tonganoxie needs to get in the paint. They need to kind of use what their defense is giving them the opportunities that they want right now. But right now you see number 21, Cammie Tim was open. They need to swing the ball around.
Yeah, the ball movement gets stagnant. Points is up to Wogelman, top of the key. Under a minute to play. We're at 55 seconds. Nice cross in, right hand. Nope. Going back outside. Nice ball movement, trying to work it in southern perimeter. Down low, back outside. This ball movement is crisp by Tonganoxie right now. Even head coach Matt Frost wants them to keep moving that basketball around. Steal. Down the floor goes Sydney Jones. She misses. Let's see what happens. Going to call a travel. Stays with DeSoto. Action is fast and furious so far.
Tonganoxie, really, they're doing well on offense, taking their time. You see a lot of times in high school girls basketball trying to rush shots. They're taking the time that they need, but then they're throwing the ball away. So they need to look for the right shots instead of getting a little bit antsy.
Some sloppy basketball we've seen here early on here. Both teams are riddled with fouls, riddled with turnovers. 38.3 to play. Ball at the top of the key. Kicking it to the outside, down to the low wing, down to Grizzle. Just, that was far too easy for Mariah Grizzle down low. Her third bucket of the contest. She's up to 6 points with 25 ticks on the clock.
Mariah Grizzle was looking a little bit flustered the last couple possessions with the double team, but that time she gathered herself, took a power dribble, and went up strong, and that was what she needs to do for the rest of the game, and Tonganoxie is going to be forced to get out of that zone.
12 seconds, 11, 10. Do you think they show up for the final shot here as they probably will with 7-6? Trying to move it, get the chance. Little right floater, no good. Rebound by DeSoto. 1 second. Don't get a shot off. It'll be halftime. 31-17. 0-0 is on the clock. Taryn, what did you see from DeSoto? What helped them build that lead for this half?
Well, they were just really out-muscling Tonganoxie in that one, but the Tonganoxie, that last possession, Taylor Lee goes up for the shot. That's what they need from the captain, for her to go and take some more of those shots.
All right, here. Taryn, thank you very much. You're going to step aside for a moment. I'll be joined by the head coach of the Tonganoxie Chieftains, head coach Matt Frost. How are you doing, coach, as you get your ears on there? How are you doing?
Good.
Now, your team's down, unfortunately, 31-17 there. At the end of the first half, just right off the bat, what do you think your girls did well during the first half?
Well, we're playing pretty short-handed. We got a couple kids not playing tonight, and they're definitely a lot bigger than us. I think we're playing really, really hard, and I think we're actually playing pretty smart. That was the best first quarter we played in a long time, maybe the whole season.
And you talk about your team playing well. Taylor Lee, even though she was 0 for 4 from the floor, she was 5 for 7 from the free throw line. What do you see about her and her ability to get to the line and draw contact?
As far as her and Anna and all the other guards, we just said we got to get to the basket. We're smaller than them, and we're faster than them, so we've been getting to the basket pretty well. I don't know how many free throws we shot, but it was a bunch, and we made enough of them, I think. But we're getting there, so that's the important thing.
Your team was 13 of 17 from the free throw line. That's a really good mark to have in the first half. You only, unfortunately, your team only made 2 shots from the floor. What do you think you're going to look to exploit here in the second half to try and get just the overall half-court offense going?
The main reason why we only had a couple of shot attempts, well, first, we didn't turn it over too much, but a couple of bad ones against the full court, and then we got to the free throw line so much that takes up a lot of our field goal attempts. So I'm happy with 17 free throw attempts in one half. That's pretty good for us, for anybody really.
And Coach, we saw there late in the first half. Just a great job for you. Hopefully you get some second half. Thank you for joining us, head coach Matt Frost of Tonganoxie Chieftains. Thank you so much. We're going to send it to a quick break here. Make sure to stay tuned for the high school showcase here on K. Actually, you might be sending it to our halftime show. Stay tuned here on KUJH.
Welcome courtside at halftime here of your final game of the night between Tonganoxie and DeSoto. DeSoto leading 31-17 here at the half. DeSoto off to a great start in this one. The first 9 points coming from the paint. They are the highest seed in this girls' side of the tournament here at 6-2. Their great defense allowing only 28.5 points per game. 17 Tonganoxie at halftime. Have to give them credit. They play a lot like Silver Lake did in that earlier game today that we saw right before us here. Got a lot of hustle plays, keeping up with DeSoto here, but the momentum killer for them is turnovers, getting a lot of travels and a lot of steals from them. The big story of the first half was Madison Paik from DeSoto. She got hurt early on in that first quarter. It was good to see her get back in action there in that second quarter with a lot of minutes right before the half. Right now, Tonganoxie's on pace to score under 40 points. DeSoto has not allowed an opponent to score more than 40 points this season. The leading scorer for DeSoto in this first half is Mackenzie Shute. She has 12 points. She's 4 from 6 from field goal range, and she's made all of her free throws. Very impressive from the line. Going forward in this game for Tonganoxie to keep in this one and get a win for their home crowd in this last game of the night. They have to limit those turnovers. Those turnovers have been a problem all night for them. And for DeSoto, just keep hammering it inside. You have your power forward and your center are 5'12" and 6'4" respectively. So just keep playing it inside, kick it around the key, and get it inside as much as possible, and keep scoring. As far as the second half, we'll look out for Mackenzie Shute. Can she continue her hot shooting? Again, she's 4 for 6 from the field goal range, and she's made all her free throws. We're in for a great one here. It's a 14-point lead for DeSoto. We're going to see if Tonganoxie turn this one around, make a good game for their home crowd. We're going to send it back over to Fulton and Taryn very soon here as we see 4 minutes down in the half, but we're going to be back with a quick break after this as the teams come back out for a quick shoot around. After the break, we'll be back with Fulton Taryn for the second half. Enjoy, and we'll be right back here for the post game.
All right, welcome back into the high school showcase here in Tonganoxie High School. Once again, Fulton Caster joined by Taryn and Tempel. We're having a lovely time out here. 31-17 is our halftime score. DeSoto on top of Tonganoxie. And we saw late in that half, in that entire first half, just some futile offense. They're only 2 of 10 from the floor was Tonganoxie. What do you think was their problem offensively, just making shots from the field?
Well, obviously you're going to have a problem when 13 of your points are free throws. So Tonganoxie definitely needs to get some baskets that aren't free throws. Good for them that they're shooting well from the free throw line, but also DeSoto is shooting well from the free throw line. So they're matching up with them there. So Tonganoxie needs to step up and make baskets just like DeSoto.
Agreed. Then from the DeSoto side, Shoop, which is having an excellent first half with 12 points. What do you think she needs to do to kind of keep it rolling for herself?
Well, Shoop did a great job in the first half of getting to the basket. Her only problem was that she got in foul trouble. She needs to stay out of foul trouble so she can stay on the court and keep doing what she's doing. She does a great job of getting to the basket, and when she doesn't get to the basket, she does a great job of shooting from the three. So that's going to be hard for Tonganoxie to handle, but I think Tonganoxie should look to stay in that zone. That's where they had their most success late in the first half, was in that zone, because Mariah Grizzle only scored 1 basket off of that zone. Even though they looked for her a couple times, she was frazzled by that double team that Tonganoxie was sending down there when she got the ball, and they were forcing up some three-point buckets. So I think that Tonganoxie should stay with that zone.
All righty, here real quick, we're about to start the second half. We're going to send it to the sideline. Gentlemen, what do we have?
Well, coming out of the locker room, it was clear that DeSoto head coach Robbie wanted to keep the energy up for the Wildcats, even though they maintain a 14-point lead right now to start the second half. His message was clear: keep the energy up and put away Tonganoxie in the second half.
Thank you, Nick Springer. I love hearing your voice in my ear, my friend. 31-17, DeSoto leads with 7:40 to go here, 20 seconds into the second half. A nice defensive possession by DeSoto start as they move in transition.
So Tonganoxie's issues right now are sparking from lack of ball handling. Their point guard, Anna Sotart, looking a little bit frazzled up top, looking down at the ground, not looking up at what's going on offensively, and that's going to be a problem when you're the person that is your point guard is not really handling the ball too well.
Sydney Jones there, she'll be inbounding the basketball, kind of drew the foul here. 7.5 minutes to go, we're 30 seconds into the second half. And once again, but looks like they're still going to be staying in this 2-3 zone as Tonganoxie. And once again, it's kind of working. They're really sagging off the three-point line.
Yeah, they've spread it out a little bit, I've noticed. They're not as congested in the paint this time.
Well, in the first half, DeSoto was 1 of 6 from the three-point line. So I think at this point, as Grizzle goes up, misses the shot badly, and the ball goes out of bounds. We'll see who it stays with. Looks like they'll be staying with DeSoto. You know, 1 of 6 from the three-point line in the first half. The only shot made there by Beal. I think Tonganoxie is essentially at this point daring DeSoto to shoot the three-pointers.
And defensively, that was what they need to be doing. They stayed straight up when it got down to Grizzle down low, and they didn't commit the foul, and that's what they weren't doing in the first half.
Grizzle gets the offensive board, and she makes another one. 4 field goals for her. She's up to 8 points in the contest. She is just having a fantastic day for herself there.
We talked about that earlier, that the only problem with this zone is that it gives DeSoto a chance to get offensive rebounds, and Mariah Grizzle is going to be a problem for them if they don't at least find her and box her out.
Mariah Grizzle already up to about 6 or 7 rebounds in this contest. She's just having a great day as the ball comes to up. Deflection, Taryn about how to use her basketball skills to corral that one. You looked ready to secure the board there.
Hey, look, I played some high school basketball in my life. I was ready for that. You're looking at Garden City High School basketball, all-time leading scorer.
Oh, that's exactly why she knows what she's talking about, folks. 33-17, 6.5 minutes go. Deep jump shot is airballed and missed. And these are some really bad jump shots that Tonganoxie is taking. Do you think they're just settling for jumpers right now?
That whole possession was frazzled for Tonganoxie. It looked like they almost traveled and just threw up a shot because it was there. I mean, they want to take their open shots, but right now they need to look for some easy baskets.
6 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Nice ball movement to the outside. Three-point jump shot is up and bottoms. Good three-point shot made by number 10, Tanith Beal. Her third three-point bucket of the contest.
DeSoto finally figuring out how to deal with this zone. They're sending their posts up to set screens on the elbows, and that's helping them out.
Another made shot bucket made by Lauren Gray. That's her second field goal of the game. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go here is now. Looks like DeSoto's starting to kind of figure out how they want to attack this zone, but it does still look like it's bothering them to an extent.
The key to a zone is finding its holes, and right now DeSoto is not really finding its holes as they should be.
Nice offensive board, three-point shot up, missed, rebounded by Tonganoxie. Looks like they're going to be a small foul. Oh goodness, let's see what happens here. Looks like the foul, let's see who the referees call it on. Looks like there might have just been foul on Corinne Searcy of Tonganoxie. Looks like I think they were calling some sort of a push-off there as she got that offensive board here with 5.5 minutes to go.
But already a lot less whistles being blown in this half.
A lot less whistles as the shot is up and missed by Grizzle, who is really kind of being the focal point of the offense right now, pushing him off the floor as Tonganoxie trying to make the pass. They missed it. A block there by Sydney Jones. She just did a great job there keeping her hands up.
Story of the night again from Tonganoxie, doing the right thing, is pushing the ball up the court, got a little bit transition offense there, but unable to make the easy pass for the easy layup.
And then something we're seeing from DeSoto right now, Shoop is not on the floor. Do you think this due to her foul trouble, even though she's doing so well offensively? Do you think she's not on the floor simply because she has those personal fouls?
That is a little bit interesting. I'm not really sure why she's not on the court right now. They might be saving her just in case. They are ahead a lot right now. They might be also worrying about injuries and the rest of their season.
Short jump shot, rims out, rebounded by, oh, nope, nice steal. Nice job picking the pocket. Dumps it back up to Anna Suter. She dribbles around here. Oh, double dribble.
Sometimes you can get away with you can get away with some things, but she gave that one away on her face.
And Coach Matt Frost is already calling his timeout. He just does not look pleased. 36-19 with 4 minutes, 43 seconds to go. Already not a great offensive for us for either club right now. We have 7 total points, 5-2 DeSoto outscoring Tonganoxie. What are you seeing defensively from these Chieftains to start this second half, Taryn?
Well, they went back in that zone. The only problem for them is that DeSoto has figured out how to mix it up a little bit. They've made a couple outside shots, and they're moving their posts around inside, setting some screens to help them out. What I will say about Tonganoxie right now is that they look like they're preparing to lose. They look like they're thinking about what they're going to be doing after the game, and they need to get some juice in them.
95% of basketball is all mental. Real quick, Kevin Gray on the sideline. What do you have, Kevin?
On that quick timeout, Fulton, the DeSoto head coach emphasized to his team, don't make silly mistakes. They turned the ball over a few times this quarter, haven't scored as many times as they would have liked, so he really wants his team to finish out the game.
Right there, thank you, Kevin, as another costly turnover by DeSoto.
You saw Big Red Country there getting fired up. They've got more energy than the Tonganoxie team right now.
4.5 minutes to go, 36-19. Once again, Fulton Caster joined alongside Taryn Tempel here as we're calling this excellent game between DeSoto and Tonganoxie. 4:20 to go. Tonganoxie doing whatever they can to try and get it going. Nice little pop back out. Just another frazzled possession by everyone here. No one's really knowing what to do. Dump inside. Block shot, no good. Rebound out. This is just an insane and improper possession right now.
Mariah Grizzle again on the board. She's dominating the boards tonight, and that's made a huge difference.
Deep jump shot, no good, off the front of the rim. And a lot of the jump shots by all these girls are leading a little bit short right now. Down low, 3 minutes, 50 seconds to play.
Yet again, another possession, transition, finds her open player, but unable to make the bounce pass.
Speak of the devil, Mackenzie Shoup is checking in for her first minutes of the second half. She is playing with 3 personal fouls. That is something to keep an eye on. But a lot of foul trouble for both of these clubs. Getting 24 total fouls called, an easy 12 split on both players when it started. It looks like Frost will be getting another timeout here.
That last possession, I saw Corinne Searcy, number 15, come up and make a pick and roll, which is what Tonganoxie really needs right now. They need to make their own offense. They're not moving around a lot, but those pick and rolls, those back cuts, that's what they need to be looking for right now.
All right, we're going to go to the sideline real quick. What do we got, boys?
For Tonganoxie, Coach Frost really wants his team to slow down. He wants them to cut down on the mental mistakes too. They've been much more costly for Tonganoxie than they have for DeSoto, so he really just wanted to calm down his players and get their heads back in the game.
Thank you, Kevin, for that excellent analysis, and I agree. That's what I took away from Coach Frost, is that he just really wanted his girls to kind of slow it down, relax, play within themselves. And overall, and I agree with you, we are not seeing as many fouls called this half as we definitely saw in the first half.
I think the reason for that, honestly, is both teams look like they want this game to be over. Tonganoxie looks like they're ready to be done, and DeSoto looks like they want to get the win and go relax. And so I think neither teams are playing as aggressive, and that's what we're seeing as far as less whistles being blown.
Sometimes a hard thing to do, especially in a blowout, is purely to keep your head in the game from both sides. If you're DeSoto, you don't want to, start taking your foot off the gas or off the accelerator. You kind of want to keep it pushing to, try not let Tonganoxie back in. The same when you're Tonganoxie, you can't get disparaged. You got to just keep fighting, keep making it work as they throw the ball in your 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Trying to drive it in here, and just now this offense, there's good ball movements. We got a steal. Deflection rolls out of bounds in front of us here. Looks like it'll stay Tonganoxie basketball as Grace Wogelman will be checking into the contest.
I talked about Tonganoxie earlier, having good movement as a team, moving around. Right now, they've went away from that. They're kind of hanging out in their own spots, just wanting to, having their hands up, calling for the ball. They need to move around and make some back cuts, make some screens.
Kimmy Tim checking out of the ball game for Grace Wogelman, who's checking into the game. Another excellent ball, man. This kind of a pressured man defense that now is being played by DeSoto. It is just really wearing down as the shot is up, missed, and no good. Tie up. Possession arrow goes towards DeSoto as they will now get the possession. 3 minutes, 23 seconds to go.
DeSoto was really daring Tonganoxie to take an outside shot on that one. Their defense was zoomed in.
And alrighty. For important storyline to follow here is Mariah Grizzle is a transfer from Tonganoxie, playing her old club here tonight, and she's doing a job. As that was just a, that was a bad. That looked like me shooting a shot out there. as Mara Montgomery just really missed a really bad shot. 36-19 is the score with 3:06 to play. Interesting the fact that Grizzle transferred from Tonganoxie to DeSoto. Do you think that's kind of what's giving her a little bit of an extra motivation to play well here tonight?
Absolutely, and I think that Tonganoxie could use a player like Grizzle tonight. They don't really have anyone big down low. They don't have anyone that's getting a lot of boards in. Mariah Grizzle, where she used to be getting the boards for Tonganoxie, is taking them all away from them now.
Tonganoxie is doing everything they can to stay in this game. 2 minutes, 52 seconds left to go. And we talk about them being dared to shoot outside. There's a nice steal by Tanith Beal. Layup, but blocked from it. Oh, they're going to call a foul. I think the foul's on Anna Suter. We'll see what the official call is on Anna Suter. That'll be her third personal foul. That was a great steal by Tanith Beal. But talk about when you talk about forcing a three-point jumper, they've taken one, and I mean one, three-point shot in the first half. Do you think that's just because Tonganoxie might not be able to shoot the three-pointer, or is that just them not feeling confident enough to be taking the shot?
Well, I think they really haven't taken a lot of shots altogether. I don't think anyone is really feeling confident enough to shoot the ball right now, and that's the problem.
Tanith Beal's second shot is up and good as she makes the free throw to push this to a 37-19 lead with 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the third quarter here. And it looks like, oh, another steal. Man, DeSoto is just starting to pick it apart defensively. Pushed up to Grizzle. Grizzle down low. Player falls down, kicks it back out. 3-point shot for Shoop. Shoop with the trifecta. Her first points of the second half, a three-point bucket.
You got to give it to DeSoto right now. 2 possessions in a row, getting their hands in passing lanes, forcing, again, 3 possessions in a row, getting their hands in passing lanes, forcing turnovers. Both the last 2 possessions resulted in points. Let's see what happens here.
Ball being kicked out, DeSoto slowing it down just a little bit. Montgomery faked the three-pointer, pulled it back out, down low to Grizzle. One dribble, right hand shot up and good. Another made bucket by Mariah Grizzle. She's just having a fantastic game tonight.
Something I picked up about Mariah Grizzle is that she doesn't do as well when she just gets the ball and turns towards the basket. But when she has that power dribble, that to gather, that's when she's at her best.
Made 3 by number 24, Taylor Lee. That is her first field goal of the game, as it looks like we got a timeout DeSoto. Real quick, Kevin Gray, what do you have for us?
Tonganoxie has only scored 5 points, and Taryn mentioned that they really haven't taken a lot of shots, and I like to think of this as the shooter's mentality. Pure shooters shoot no matter how confident they are, and that's really not what's happening for Tonganoxie. Nobody's making shots, so nobody wants to take shots. They need to find someone with an assassin's or a shooter's mentality, and that's how they're going to get in this game.
The assassin's mentality is a special thing to have, as Big Red Country is really kind of trying to go crazy to really hype up their team here, and it's not really. They're doing their best over there, but important thing to point out is there's only 5 points in the third quarter for Tonganoxie. The three-pointer by Lee, and then a 2-point shot by Lauren Gray. What do you think's kind of the problem with this offensive play? We're seeing missed shots, steals. What do you think's going on for these ladies right now?
Kevin talked about really them needing a player to step up, and I was looking into the huddle on that timeout there, and normally you would see kind of the coach take aside a player, but they don't really have that player right now.
Mackenzie Shoup, another 2 points. She is just going off tonight. That's now 5 quick points for her here in the third quarter. A minute 20 to play here in the third. 20-point lead for DeSoto, who are now starting to enter cruise control territory. And DeSoto, you know, I was kind of wondering as the ball gets passed around here, down low goes Stewart, another quick pass, and the shot is missed. It almost seems like they're getting a chance at the rim, but no one's wanting to take the shot. Kevin kind of talked about it, shooter's mentality. Shooter's going to shoot. But, man, these girls seem like they're out of sorts right now.
Yeah, they look like they're passing around a hot potato.
Nice offensive board bucket made by Lauren Gray, her second bucket of this half. 45 seconds to go as we're under the minute mark here. Again, disparaging compared to the first half. We had all these fouls. We're up to 3, only 3 total fouls here in the second half. Referees are letting these ladies play, and also I think everyone's just playing a little bit cleaner. And now we've seen switch back into a man defense. Do you think this is a smart move by Tonganoxie to go back into the man defense?
I think it is smart because they need to give them a different look. Obviously, they're down 20 now, and they just need to mix it up. But that last offensive possession for them was their best one of the half.
Linnea Searles goes up. She doesn't get it. The foul will be on Lauren Gray, and Searles will be going to the line for a pair of free throws. She is 0 for 2 today at the free throw line. 44-24 with 19.4 seconds to go. Second foul on Lauren Gray today. We're seeing a little bit of offense being spread around here as the first free throw is up and good by Searles.
Yeah, we saw in the first half that it was mostly Shoop, but everyone's kind of getting a chance this half.
Yeah, Shoop already at 12 points in the first half. She's up to 17. First game, the second free throw is up and no good. Missed by Searles. Rebound by Lauren Gray. She gets another board for herself as now Tonganoxie begins to push the ball up the floor. It almost seems like these girls are kind of slow down this. They don't really even know what's going on anymore. It's just 4-3-2. Late shot missed by Suter. 1-0. Triple zeros. 45-24. Will be the end of the third quarter. Not a good offensive showing whatsoever by Tonganoxie. What do you think was their number one issue in the first in that third quarter, Taryn?
Again, going back to their biggest issue is not having that go-to player. You need to have a player that when they're down, that everyone can look to and know this is the person that's going to. I don't think these are technical free throws. I think that it was just because it was the end of the quarter.
I think she. And I'm with Kevin Gray. We're a little confused here. I think she was fouled or something is getting 2 free throws. She missed the first and the second, so it doesn't really matters. I think there was a foul. That was.
I think Anna Sotar went up with the ball at the last second. She got the offensive rebound, and that was what those free throws were from.
I don't know. I've never seen a player taking dead regulation and free throws. 45-24 is our score here as we're about to start the final 8 minutes of play. We talked about it earlier, Mackenzie Shoop just utterly dominating in this game. What do you think is allowing her to be so successful in this game?
I think that what allows her to be so successful is that, again, what Tonganoxie is lacking is what DeSoto has in Mackenzie Shoop. She is their go-to player, and they give her the confidence to know that she can take those shots from the outside, she can drive, they trust her, and they know that she's going to get the job done, and that gives her those opportunities.
21-point lead here, you know, kind of near the end of that first half. I was like, I thought there was a chance Tonganoxie could finally be the first one to put a 40 spot on these DeSoto Wildcats. Obviously, it looks like I was beyond wrong. And again, that's not to insult these Tonganoxie Chieftains. These girls have played hard. I'm watching these girls play. They're playing hard out there. They're doing their jobs. They're trying their best. But they are just, unfortunately, outmatched in this contest. 7:50 to go here. Working over into the wing down low. Shoop up there with 16 points there. She is being a top scorer, and then 2 players are tied with 7 points. Take the lead for Tonganoxie. Overall, Shoop time to go to. We have a tie-up on the floor. Looks like where the possession arrow will be going. I think we have one ref signaling DeSoto basketball. I think it will be DeSoto basketball.
Once again, another wide open miss layup by Tonganoxie. But something I noticed on that possession was Mariah Grizzle being vocal. She was calling out screens, and that's really something that's important for a big and for all players on a team to let their players know that a screen is coming.
Kicking inside, back cut, Shoop, right-hand layup, no good, but offensive rebound. Grizzle got the offensive board. She was fouled. She'll be going to the free throw line. The foul will be called to number 14, Megan Martinez, who has checked into the ball game. We talk about Grizzle being so successful down low. You talked about how she's more comfortable when she's able to at least take that one power dribble. Do you think she's more of a player who doesn't really have a large post arc but likes to get at least one of those dribbles to get her rhythm going as she makes the first free throw? Or do you think there could be a significant possible post repertoire, if not there, at least developing when it comes to Mariah Grizzle?
I think that Mariah Grizzle is the type of player. She's a cleanup player. She's going to get a lot of rebounds. I don't know how many offensive rebounds she has in this game, but it would be I would be interested to know because she's got a lot, and that's where she's going to get a lot of her points. And she's still developing her inside game. So that power dribble gives her a moment to kind of gather herself. But I think that in her coming up, you're going to see her kind of develop more and get better at making those hook shots.
And she's up to 11 points and 8 boards in this game. She had 3 offensive rebounds in the first half. So at this point, she's most likely up to at least 4, maybe even 5 at this point. She's having just a fantastic game on the boards as she went 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Ball will stay with Tonganoxie with 7 minutes, 11 seconds to go. And DeSoto's season high this year is 48 points. They are a bucket away from scoring, for matching, or possibly even exceeding that with 7 minutes to play. I would be shocked if they don't set a new higher net against Tonganoxie, who's just been thoroughly outmatched, which is just unfortunate. There's a travel on the floor, and there'll be now another turnover. They had 10 turnovers in the first half. They're having even more here. Do you think this is just pure sloppy play, just not good mentality, or is it the Soto defense that really is driving this kind of stagnation in the Tonganoxie offense?
I think that DeSoto's defense is being a little bit more vocal, but what I really think it is that Tonganoxie is taking defeat. They're not really putting in the effort that you want to see when you're down, and so that's what's putting them down right now.
Steal by Corinne Cersei as they try to get down low to Mariah Grizzle. Nice pass up the floor. Nice dribbling through traffic. Go inside. Right-hand layup is up and good. Good bucket there down low by number 15, Corinne Cersei. Looks like we're going to have...
That's the kind of plays that Tonganoxie needs right now, is just making the open layups. I'm not sure what happened.
We'll figure out what happened in a moment. There might have been an off-ball foul. It will be a Tonganoxie basketball. It might have been some sort of an off-ball foul or something like that. We'll get that to you in a moment if we can. Possibly a another one of those things where I don't really know what happened there, but I'm just going to let the referees make the decisions. We have a foul right there on 30, Mackenzie Shoup, who, looking at her facial expression, is not quite happy about what just got called on her.
Well, because she knows she might be sent to the bench soon, and no one's going to be happy about that.
That was her
it looks
fourth.
like she's going to stay in.
14 foul. Head coach Ryan Robbie is trusting his young player to stick with it there. As Tonganoxie is going to be trying to do a little bit something. Kick to the outside. Suter driving in, trying to go for a layup. 6 minutes, 10 seconds. Nice steal by Shoup. Shoup takes the foul, spin move, backs out, kicks it up to Mara Montgomery. They kick it back out to Sydney Jones to kind of reset the offense. Give it on the perimeter to Tanith Beal.
Grizzle really wants it down there.
She is doing her best to work down low. She sets the screen with a little pick and roll. Jones inside, right-handed layup, no good. Rebound, Tonganoxie and Corinne Cersei.
Well, that was the right play there. They want the pick and roll, but what the problem was that the defense collapsed in the middle, leaving Grizzle wide open on the block, and those are some easy baskets. You got to be able to have your eyes up and make that pass.
Yeah, if there's anything that I will knock DeSoto on is their inability. They had one assist, in the entire first half. That's just, when you're dropping a 46 spot like you are in this game, you don't have a lot of assists. In some games you're going to be able to work that kind of ISO offense as they're a blocking foul down low on number 11, Sydney Jones. You can usually work out that ISO offense, but they might need to want to step up their passing ability as the season goes on.
Yeah, they're definitely a self-created offense right now. To develop and get up to a higher level, they're going to need to work more on pick and rolls, pick and pops, back cuts, and that's what's going to set them apart.
And when you think about the pick and roll offenses, there's 5.5 minutes to go, working inside, buckets up, no good. Nearly a rebound by Grizzle, sloppy play. Grizzle comes out of it with it. It's 3 on none. Layup up, good by Grizzle. Nice bucket made with 5:17 to go.
And Grizzle took that one the length of the court, and she really has some potential to be a good college player as well if she kind of develops her inside game.
2-on-1, no look pass by Jones isn't good. Steal by Anna Suter. Working inside, she's trying to get it. There'll be a foul. Both players go down. Oh, foul looks like it'll be on Sydney Jones, her 5th. Possibly. Let's double check here. See, the official foul is called on. Yep, it is Mackenzie Shoup's 5th personal foul. 16 foul for the team. 5 minutes, 3 seconds to go with a 22-point game. And Shoup will be going to the bench, and she is done for the afternoon. Number 25, Ellie Breen, will be checking in for her.
I will say the one thing that Tonganoxie has that DeSoto does not have is that offense. They will set the screens. They will kind of do the pick and roll and back cuts. They just don't have the arsenal that DeSoto has, but DeSoto's going to need to add that in.
Anna Suter, free throw up and no good. She is 1 for 5 from the line today. 5:03 to go here in this game. You talk about the pick and rolls that Tonganoxie does well. When you think about a player like a Mariah Grizzle, who is, as the free throw is up and missed again, board Grizzle, no surprise there.
Yeah.
Nice deep cross-court pass, knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, they need to be able to use Grizzle to her full potential, because when she sets screens, you can either go behind you can fake the screens and take the shot. You can use her to pick and roll, because something here is if they're going to switch off of her, those are going to create matchup problems for every team that they face. So they need to use the pick a lot more.
13 and 10, the double-double for Mariah Grizzle tonight. And you talk about it again, you know, DeSoto can use a pick and roll with Grizzle. She is a talented player. There looks like a block down low will be called on Suter. We talk about it down low, you know, she's a player who can kind of run that. I would assume, or at least she needs to learn, because I think with how dominant she is in kind of a post-set defense, she could do a real good job down low. She learns to, you know, run the pick and roll, work on her slips to the basket, maybe even develop a mid-range jumper. We haven't seen her take that down as Soto shoots a hot jumper and misses it. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It will be Tonganoxie basketball, as it looks like number 21, Hannah Wilson, will be checking in for number 10, Tanith Beal.
In high school basketball, it's very important to be able to use that screen, because most teams are only going to have 2 or 3 players that are their kind of core players, and everyone else is kind of supporting roles. So that means that they can create a lot of matchup problems by moving around and setting screens.
4.5 minutes to play here. Long court pass, fakes the three-point shot, working inside. Nice back cut to Wogelman. Wogelman kicks it back outside to Suter. Suter back into the corner to Tim. Deep shot, airballed it, rebound by Searles.
Tonganoxie just making decisions too fast right now. I've talked about this all game. They didn't put the ball on the floor that time. They were passing it around, but they didn't really look before they did it.
Searles then lost the ball, gives it out to Montgomery. They tried a small screen there with Montgomery and Wilson. It didn't go through there, working inside. Gave it back out to Hannah Wilson. And we discussed kind of the screen offense. But yeah, if you're watching this DeSoto team work, there is a lot of as the shot is up and airball. There is a lot of off-ball movement. But it's almost not movement with purpose. You know, it's just kind of movement for the sake of movement.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot. The Tonganoxie is having this problem. It's important to be quick, but don't rush. And that is what they're dealing with right now, is they're trying to keep the movement, but they're just running around and they're not really looking at what's going on.
3 minutes, 50 seconds to play. 48-26 is lead for DeSoto here as we're getting late. Kick it out into the corner as Keegan Newberry and Taylor Lee check into the game for Tonganoxie. Ball outside of Montgomery. Montgomery, deep jump shot, no good. Missed rebound, Searles. Nearly gets fouled, but doesn't get it. Wogelman gets with the ball. Foul appears to be on number 22, Linnea Searles, as is now is starting to get chippy with those fouls, creeping back up again.
That was a good offensive rebound by Searles, but she needs to kind of take a second to be ready to go back up. She kind of tried to shoot it as she was going back down. Yeah,
one of the hardest things for a player to do when you get that offensive board is, do you take it, do you set the dribble, or, you know, it's kind of timing, you know, to get that defense off balance here as Wogelman will go to the free throw line. Kevin Gray, real quick, as Wogelman shoots these free throws. What do you got for us, Kevin?
Thanks, Fulton. The DeSoto coaching staff is not very happy with the fouls going on. The game is out of hand at this point. 22, now 21-point lead with only 3.5 minutes left. This is not the time to stop the clock because of fouls. The coaching staff really wants better and more disciplined defense.
You know, coach can say that all he wants better, more disciplined defense, and you hope you get it. But then, you know, that leads me to kind of a thought here as she misses the second of her free throws. We see all these fouls. We watch this defense as Searles running one-on-one, trying to go for nearly travel, but she missed the shot. Ball bounces on, no one takes it. DeSoto finally grabs it, and it goes to number 25, Ellie Bream, as she's now working inside in the post. With these fouls, do you think this is just referees calling a tight game, or do you think these girls are just not playing smart right now for both sides?
I think it's a little bit of both, but especially for DeSoto right now, they need to buckle down. They're ahead right now, so they need to use the rest of this game to practice their discipline and to foul when you're ahead. It stops the clock, and it's just not good ball game for them.
First foul on Taylor Lee is Megan Martinez will be checking into the game for Tonganoxie. 48-27 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. As well be inbounded by DeSoto as they are just in firm control of this game. As mentioned earlier, this is a new season high down low pass, wide open missed shot, rebound Tonganoxie. This is a new season high in points scored in a single game for DeSoto. They just have an excellent offensive game today as the shots up, missed, rebound Searles.
And again, just a poorly advised shot there that she had 3 girls in the paint and decided to go ahead and go up with it. If you have 3 people in the paint, there's got to be someone open.
Ball's moving around the perimeter, but not great. Oh, goes a little push foul on 21, Cammie Tim. And, you know, Coach Ryan Rod for DeSoto, even though they're not happening, these fouls are going to go in his way. He's probably still not appreciating that the clock is continuing to stop because, yeah, you're up by 21 points. At this point, you're just trying to wheel the rest of the clock. Maybe now's the time you take that foot off the accelerator. But overall, again, we've seen this is just a season high day for DeSoto in their offense. overall, outside of the obvious of Grizzle and Shoop, what do you think, stylistically is the reason DeSoto is doing such a good job in scoring the basketball today?
Well, DeSoto really they're a bigger team than Tonganoxie, and they have a little bit more fundamental. They make more shots. They're just better shooters. But although this is a season high for them, they still have a long ways to go if they're going to hang at the top of the state.
Rebound by Keegan Newberry as Grace Wogan brings it up the floor. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go here as Tonganoxie just trying to say, Wogan, 3, airballed, rebounded by number 21, Hannah Wilson, as well be brought up the floor by number 25, Ellie Breen.
Really, this game came down to Tonganoxie's doing some of the right things. It's come down to making shots. Tonganoxie has not made shots, and DeSoto has, and putting the ball in the basket is what it's all about.
Yeah, in the first half, Tonganoxie shot 2 for 10 from the floor, created 10 for 28 as the shot was missed by Mara Montgomery. Rebound, Jackie Kennard. Another rebound there by Lene Searles. Foul will be on number 32, Keegan Newberry.
The other problem for Tonganoxie, rebounding 2 offensive rebounds in a row for DeSoto there. And again, size does play a part, but rebounding has a lot to do with who wants it more.
I agree. A lot of people think Searles' first free throw's up and no good. She is struggling from the line today. 2:07 left to play. You talk about, rebounding being more about who wants it. And I kind of agree. Even when your size is mismatched, some of the best some great rebounders in basketball are all about guys who are a lot of smaller, guys like a Russell Westbrook, even a Rajon Rondo in his prime, deep three-pointer Wogan missed. And then, to finish up the NBA comparisons, Dennis Rodman was never the biggest player, and he's one of the greatest rebounders in NBA history. That applies to any level of basketball. If you want to be a great rebounder, you don't need to be tall. You need to have the heart and the hustle to keep getting it with 1:40 to play here. Tonganoxie, even in this loss, as it's going to be being down by 22 points here with 1.5 to play, ball around the corner. They're still playing hard defensively, Taryn. They're still doing their best to, try and, finish this game out on at least a small high note.
I think Tonganoxie has definitely picked up their energy a little bit towards the end of this. It's a little bit late for them, though, but at least they're getting a little bit of energy trying to finish out strong.
Shot by Searle. She missed. Rebound by number 40, Jackie Kennard. Missed. A nice board by Lauren Gray. There is now, people are trying to miss 1:09 to go in this game. Deep jump shot, air ball. Looks like see the fouls
3.
on. It looks like it'll be 3 shots. A foul on 3-pointer. Looks like I think the foul's on number 25, Ellie Breen, but we'll check here in a moment. Yep, fouls on number 25, Ellie Breen, but going to the free throw line for 3 shots. Oh, number 21, Cammie Tim, a little bit late. Her 3rd, 4th, and 5th free throw attempts. First one's up and no good.
Yeah, when you're ahead 20, fouling at the 3-point line is definitely not what you want to do.
Yeah, you really don't want to have some issues fouling at the free throw line, as I believe Micah Wingerter is about to be checking into the game. Second one's up and no good. Definitely, we get a chance at 3 free throws. Need to get them. 1 minute, 6 seconds to play. 22-point lead for DeSoto. Third one's up and no good. That'll make you scratch your head out. But nice rebound. Shot by Megan Martinez. No good. Rebound with under a minute to play by DeSoto. And they might be just content. Oh, no, they're not. Searles runs up right and blocked from behind. Man, Cammie Tim has decided that she may have missed the free throws, but she's going to come in there and really attack it. She'll be checking out.
If I'm DeSoto right now, I'm not looking for that transition basket. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to take some time. I'm going to practice some situationals and try to practice one of my set plays.
51 seconds to go here as DeSoto leads this one. Working inside, down low by Hannah Wilson. Up and made. Good shot made by Hannah Wilson.
And that was a good possession by DeSoto. They looked inside, got it to one of their bigs, and passed it into Hannah Wilson, I believe, for the bucket.
33 seconds to go on the clock. They're just ticking down. Nearly another steal there as DeSoto's still playing tough here. They are just not even coming close to taking it off defensive. Wogan running around. Looks like there'll be a foul on Mara Montgomery.
You can't do that.
Not late.
You're ahead. You got to stop fouling. Get out of this game and look forward to the next one. That is undisciplined play by DeSoto, and I think their coach is going to talk to them about that after this game.
As Wilkeman goes to the line for 2, yeah, a lot of fouls called in this game on both squads here. If there's a common theme from either coaches, Wilkeman's going to put the first one up with a 1-on-1, and she makes it. So there's a common thread here from the head coaches of Frost and Robbie, is that, you got to play disciplined defense. And even right there, as Mary Montgomery's going around the edge, late in this game, let her get around you if you don't have the good position. No need to make a senseless foul. Partly in dragging this off of, and just also partly just overall, never makes sense to. Even though you're letting a player get around you, trust that your help defense is going to be there and that that your squad will back you up.
And you see DeSoto now doing the right thing, kind of bringing the ball out, wasting the rest of the clock like they should have done.
9-8 as we're about to be dribbling out this clock. This clock will be drilled up by Ellie Breen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Triple zeros. Game, set, match. 51-28. DeSoto will walk away with the victory. Overall, a great game by them. A great game from Mackenzie Shoup. A great game from Mariah Grizzle. For DeSoto, what do you see in their nice victory today?
Well, you talked about Shoup and Grizzle. They're definitely the two that this team leans on, and it's important. It's very important to have two players that you can expect to produce every single night, and Tonganoxie doesn't have that right now, and they don't have the energy either. If you don't have one player that's going to step up, you need to at least have a team effort and a team energy to go out there and make those tough defensive plays, get on the ground and be tough. And I think both teams mentally were a little bit shaky tonight, that neither of them were too mentally sound.
Alrighty, this is insanity here. 51-28 is the final score here. When you look at Tonganoxie, what do you think are some small positives they could take away, possibly going into their next matchup?
I think Tonganoxie, they do some of the little things right. They move around well on offense. They're trying to set those screens and get their offense going, and they did well in the zone, forcing DeSoto to take the outside shot. It's a matter of making baskets for them. They need to make those wide open layups. They need to make those transition layups, and they need to make those easy passes too. You saw them kind of fumble on some bounce passes in transition, and so they need to just do the little things right, do the easy things right, and that's going to make a big difference for them.
All right, final thing for Mackenzie Shoup. She had a great day today, but also Mariah Grizzle. What did you see down low that Grizzle was able to exploit and what led her to having such a great day down low?
I think Mariah Grizzle, once she got a little bit more comfortable down low, we talked about that power dribble. She's most effective with it, but she did find a way to kind of get out of that comfort zone and make some baskets outside of that, but definitely on the boards was her strongest point of the game. A lot of offensive rebounds, and she's going to be someone that's going to clean up the boards for this team. 51-28
is our final score here for Taryn, Tempel, and Fulton signing off. First, we're going to send it over to our post-game show with my man, Nick Cousin. Nick, take it away.
Thank you, Fulton, for the very last time here on our coverage of the Tonganoxie Invite. DeSoto beats Tonganoxie 51-28 here in the final game. DeSoto season high 48 points. Tonganoxie on the defensive end, a little lax there towards the end of the game. Eudora was able to drive to the rim and score their season high tonight. Coming up on Thursday at 3 p.m., this tournament continues. We will not broadcast it here, but feel free to come out to the high school and support your local teams. Jeff West will play Silver Lake, followed by Wamego playing DeSoto. For all of us here at Tonganoxie High School, I'm Nick Cousin signing off. Thank you for joining us all these past 2 days. It's been a pleasure. We hope to see you here on Thursday.